Today at Polestar Stables, we are doing some actual measurements on these Duro Frontier 26-inch tires. This set here is a 26 by 9 on a 12-inch wheel, and this is a 26 by 11 on a 12-inch wheel. Both of these wheels are 7 inches wide, and both of these tires are inflated at 12 psi. I took these in on a trade from a buddy who had them on his John Deere Gator, and I happened to have a set of tires on the rack that he wanted instead. He showed me a picture of these, and I knew I needed to have them on a garden tractor. They seem to have a little bit of a mix between a standard V-bar ag tire and the lugs of a somewhat aggressive turf tire. I'm pretty sure that they will work just fine around the farm on a wheel horse. Now let's get to measuring. Well, let's start with the 26 by 9 on a 12-inch by 7-inch wheel. Now, I've done tests before on tread width versus traction, and it generally seems like the skinny tire always wins. But there's also the cool factor of the wide tire. The country boy in me says this is the best tire. Most likely though, because of contact pressure and PSI to the ground, the skinny one will in fact bite better in pretty much every condition. The only time a wide tire is actually beneficial is on sand. That's the time that I have found a wide tire always wins. Otherwise, snow, ice, mud, general traction, this one's going to give the most bite. We're going to stick this up against my garage door and give it a little measure. Now I am right at 25.5 inches tall. Maybe with a skinnier wheel, like a 5 or 6 inch, we could probably get to that 26. But for now, 25.5 it is. This is claimed to be a 9-inch wide tire. And we're pretty much right there at 9 inches. So that's accurate. So this 26 by 9 is actually a 25.5 by 9. Remember, if you're going to put it on a skinnier wheel, it's going to make the width of 9 inches less, maybe 8.5, in order to get that 26-inch height. It is what it is. Tires and roosters alike. Now let's check out this 26 by 11. Our actual measurement is actually just under 25 inches. I'm going to call that 24 7/8. Now for our width, we're at 10.5. The reality of this tire is that most wheel horses don't prefer the actual diameter of 26 inches. So being 24 7/8 here might be a saving grace. I don't know about you, but I can definitely see the extra height. Maybe a little bit more air pressure could squeeze a little closer to 26 inches out of that, but I can't see it. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can find a tractor that will fit either one of these, and maybe let that be the deciding factor. I did already put some bead seal and a new valve stem on this one, and then chose to skip the new valve stem or bead seal on this one. I I'd really like to be able to find something that sticks with that 11-inch or 10.5-inch wide tire. But we'll see. So you may recognize this from the 2023 Wheel Horse Big Show in Pennsylvania. If not, I'll show it to you in a little bit here once I put some different wheels and tires on the back. But this is the signature horse. So let's see what tires will fit. I do believe that we are not going to be able to get another bit of room for the 25.5-inch tire. That 24 7/8 tire, the fender is definitely sitting on the tire. Now, could I run it like that? Absolutely. Might it wear on my nice paint job? Very possibly. Could it wear a little bit on this tread? Yep, it could. For the sake of it, let's just see how much room we won't have on this side. Now, while I'm in here, I may just add, check out that hub. It's very common for the set screw on this to become a little bit loose. It's also very common for the hub and the key and the axle to wear some slop in there. It's always a great idea to use a 3/8-inch wrench and a 9/16 wrench and back off the jam nut, clean everything, inspect everything. Hopefully it doesn't get that bad because that's going to show damage. Replace the grub screw with a new one and tighten it down. Now, you don't just tighten it and call it good. It's always beneficial to tighten it, back it off. Tighten it more, back it off. You should be able to get up to a half-inch turn additional to the first time it was tight if you're doing it right. Let's see if this 25.5-inch tire fits anyway. It ain't gonna happen. I'm just gonna go ahead and get the 26x11 tire mounted onto this wheel. Well, there we have it. These are the 26x11s. They are definitely touching the fender, but we can work with that. I definitely like the way this tractor looks with those. Now, as for the details of this machine here, like I mentioned, this is the signature horse. This is a 656 that used to be a very small adult male's puller tractor. And I ended up picking it up at the Big Show of 2022 for $50. Pretty much the way it sits, shy of all the marker markings. And I really love that air cleaner. I think that is just something slick. That's really cool. It's just a piece of pipe with holes drilled in it and some Scotch-Brite zip tied on. There ain't nothing more hot rod than that. But anyway, between 2022 and the 2023 Big Show, we lost a couple very important members of the Wheel Horse community. We lost Mr. J, Road Apples, and we lost Mr. Phil Bowling. And I just thought, what cooler machine than this to give a little bit of a tribute and let people just sign their name, sign anything they wanted, and then I will clear it. I haven't decided whether I want to do a satin clear or a crystal clear. I think this is a machine that definitely deserves a satin in my mind. And the really cool thing about this is the fact that it is so light in the front end. It does amazing wheelies. And I'm not talking about just popping a front axle up. I'm talking about we were walking this thing down the road. I may or may not have had assistance on the back wheelie bar, but that's besides the point. Now that Tecumseh there, I think it may have died, and we may have been the problem. Lack of oil, you know, running on a 45-degree tilt only works for so long. So I've got to figure out what I want to do there, but that's that. I'm going to wrap this video up. One more look at these tires, these Duro Frontier 26x11s. I really like the way they look. I really like the way they fit that 7-inch wheel. I kind of like it ballooned out like that. It protects the paint on the wheel. And I guess it's just a look thing. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.